Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Kathy. This is part 7 of the common sayings that are actually from the Bible. And there's a whole playlist if you want to check out all of them or if you missed any. So this one is fall from grace. So this is from Galatians chapter 5 verse 4. So we might hear about maybe someone, maybe a pastor. I tend to think that it might be usually Christians who are talked about. Maybe they have a misstep. They do something that is looked down on. Maybe they're famous, well-known, maybe a public figure. I think that tends to be, if someone's famous, they're in the spotlight anyways. It could be a pastor with a huge mega church or something like that. And, maybe they did something, had an affair, embezzled money, whatever it was. I mean, we all sin all day, every day. So, yeah, but they're in the spotlight. They get caught, they get found out about, and then people might be saying, oh, they had a fall from grace or they fell from grace. And I think it's easier to, look at famous people or people who are well known and look at them and what they did, as opposed to, maybe your neighbor or someone else who we don't even know about. But since these people are in the public spotlight, then we do know what they did. So Paul, the Apostle Paul, used this phrase in his letter to the Galatians, and I will read it. So that was Galatians chapter 5, verse 4. Christ is become of no effect unto you, whosoever of you are justified by the law, ye are fallen from grace. So to dive more into that, so Paul was talking to believers who thought they needed to follow the Jewish law to be saved, in addition to their faith in Christ. So that's where they were hung up. So he warned them that by doing this, they were moving away from God's grace and not towards it. So originally, this phrase referred to losing God's favor through sin or misunderstanding the gospel. So nowadays, people use it more broadly to describe a loss of status or reputation. Like I was saying, maybe someone famous, well-known in the public spotlight, and then something happens and people say, oh, they fell from grace. And like I said, I think it's usually a Christian or a religious person. Without getting to, we don't know exactly where everyone is, in their heart and all that stuff, but pastors all over the world and when things have happened. But, nowadays it's more, your reputation is harmed, and they might have a loss of status. They might lose their job. They might be exiled from the church. They might be fired. Yeah, all those things. So, let me know if you guys have heard that saying. I don't think I've ever said it. I don't really say that saying, but I've heard it a lot. So anyways, that is part 7. And I will see everyone in the next video. All right. God bless.